Russ Millions. In the summer of 2021, you couldn't go anywhere in England without hearing this song.
What's up? Vida loca. High as a cat, never sober.
Russ Millions dominated the UK for a summer, and in today's video we'll be looking at the production techniques behind some of his biggest songs. And then after that, me and you are going to make a beat for him. Sound good? Let's get into it. Let's start off by breaking down Body with Tion Wayne, produced by Gotcha. Alright, so what a lot of people don't know is that the sample from Body is the same sample that Russ used in his Plugged In freestyle, but it's just pitched up. So we started by grabbing the sample from the intro of the Plugged In freestyle, pitched up 3 semitones. Next we just half-time that. Next, in the intro, they added some vocals. So I tried to find some vocals that were as close as possible. So I fired up Contact and grabbed the Vandria bank, and I used the vocal legato soft sustain. Next, I could hear some subtle vocals coming in the intro as well. So I searched the Plugged In beat, managed to find that exact vocal, half-timed that, added it here, and now for the drums. We grabbed this counter snare from Rickson's drum kit, and it's literally the same counter snare that they used in the track. Then we laid down a snare. Now for the 808 pattern. I decided to use this 808 from my drum kit because it was close enough. Now the 808 pattern was pretty basic. And this pattern. Like I said, this is all about bounce. It's party music. You ain't gotta overcomplicate it. Now for the kick. For the arrangement, it was pretty simple and subtle too. They just added in a riser here and there. For this part, they chopped a bit of the sample, then just repeated it over like this, then just did the same with the drums. They added a few delays with the drums coming in, like here. And also a couple tape stops. For this effect, I just used a kilohertz tape stop, made the stop time a little shorter, start time quick, and I just automated it on here. There's also another part of the beat where this little top line comes in. And also another 808 pattern, and just some chops in the beat, like here. Before we break down how reggae and calypso was made, let's try making the sample for our beat. Now, since this is a Russ Millions beat, I'd definitely like to sample something, but I'd also like to avoid getting sued. So we're going to try using AI to generate a sample, then chop that up. Hop into UDIO, and we're going to type in something real simple, like an epic, dark melody with angelic choir and Middle Eastern strings, like Prince of Persia. Nice and simple. Let's see what comes. There's already a Hawk Tour song. What the f? Now this sounds kind of janky, but there's definitely a few parts that we can use, like this. And this. There's quite a lot of harsh frequencies in here, so let's EQ it, use some soothe. Now we're gonna load up Arcus in Contact. Let's switch presets actually. Let's load up Labs and go to the Grand Piano preset. This is sounding evil. Let's pitch up the sample. Now let's grab this accent from Elysium. Side note, if you want to grab my multi-kit, which comes with a drag and drop melody builder and the drum kit that I'm going to be using on this video, link in description. I've also got a ton of free kits on my website, so go check it out. Anyway, back to the video. Let's try halftime in that accent as well. Now let's jump into how Reggae and Calypso was made. Produced by J1, JSH, 083 Shay, and YJ Beats. For this track, J1 sampled MMX by Enigma. Let's grab the sample, open it up inside a Slice X, medium grid chop, then we just play with the slices a bit until we get this. Next we pitch it up 3 semitones. Now for the drums I layered these 2 count snares with the same pattern. Next they laid down a snare. Then they also added a Dio snare just to accent the bounce a bit. Now for the kick, I pitched that down to like A sharp because it sounded quite deep in the final beat. And then the 808, again, very simple pattern. Also throw in a little grime 808 too. I could also hear like a subtle little perk loop or some shit in the background. I grabbed one from one of my drum kits that sounded kind of similar. Now for the arrangement. They cut a load of holes in the drum patterns like here. And also did a couple of other cool tricks. For example, they automated on a gate here. I just did that by adding a shaper box to the sample, went into the filters, just made a basic gate here, then automated it on another tape stop using kilohertz, but this one was just on the melody. And here, just chopped a bar out of the beat, duplicated it over, so after the tape stop. Now that we've broken those down, let's lay some drums on the sample that we made before. Make these count snares nice and wide, drop the volume a bit. Nice and simple.